Welcome to episode 34 of 100 Days of Data. I'm Jonas, an AI professor here to explore the foundations of data and AI with you.
And I, Amy, an AI consultant, excited to bring these concepts to life with stories and practical insights. Glad you're joining us.
When machines inherit our flaws, what does that mean for fairness in AI?
It's a tough pill to swallow. The idea that AI, something so smart and data-driven, can actually repeat or even amplify the biases we humans have.
Exactly. Today we're unpacking bias in AI, what it is, where it comes from, and why it matters so much in the real world.
And I'll be sharing stories from industries like healthcare and finance, where bias can literally mean the difference between life and death or millions of dollars lost.
So let's start with the basics. In AI, bias refers to a systematic error or prejudice in the outputs produced by models. It can cause the AI to favor certain groups or outcomes unfairly. This isn't just a statistical quirk, it's deeply connected to fairness and discrimination.
Right. And people often confuse bias with discrimination. Bias is the cause. Discrimination is the effect we want to avoid. When a model is biased, it might discriminate against minorities, women, or other groups without anyone realizing it.
Exactly. Today we're unpacking bias in AI, what it is, where it comes from, and why it matters so much in the real world.
And I'll be sharing stories from industries like healthcare and finance, where bias can literally mean the difference between life and death or millions of dollars lost.
So let's start with the basics. In AI, bias refers to a systematic error or prejudice in the outputs produced by models. It can cause the AI to favor certain groups or outcomes unfairly. This isn't just a statistical quirk, it's deeply connected to fairness and discrimination.
Right. And people often confuse bias with discrimination. Bias is the cause. Discrimination is the effect we want to avoid. When a model is biased, it might discriminate against minorities, women, or other groups without anyone realizing it.
Historically, bias in AI traces back to the data. AI models learn from data, and if the data itself is skewed or reflects societal inequalities, the AI inherits those flaws. Think of it as learning from a textbook that's already full of stereotypes.
That's a great analogy. I remember working with a client in automotive insurance. Their AI was denying more claims from certain neighborhoods. It wasn't just bad luck. The training data had fewer claims reported in wealthier areas, so the model learned to expect fewer legitimate claims there, unfairly penalizing people in lower income zones.
Spot on. The data represents human behavior and history, meaning past discrimination can creep into AI unless we actively check for it.
And it's not just bias in data. Algorithm design choices matter too. Sometimes developers unknowingly bake in bias by choosing certain features, metrics, or thresholds. In hiring tools, for example, some systems prioritize candidates based on education from certain schools, disadvantaging others.
This raises the concept of fairness in AI, a complex but critical goal. There isn't just one type of fairness, it's a spectrum. Equal opportunity means all groups have similar chances of positive outcomes. Statistical parity aims for equal proportions. Sometimes these goals conflict and trade-offs have to be made.
In the field, you often have to pick your battles. I worked on a lending model for a bank where we wanted to improve fairness for underrepresented groups. We adjusted thresholds to give more women access to loans while maintaining overall risk quality. It wasn't perfect, but it was a step forward and had measurable business impact.
That's a great example of fairness as a practical objective, not just ethical idealism. AI researchers also use techniques called bias mitigation, pre-processing data to correct imbalance, in-processing methods where fairness constraints guide the model, and post-processing tweaks on outputs.
But no matter how much we tweak, there's always the risk of unintended consequences. Fix one bias and you might introduce another. It's why continuous monitoring is essential once AI models are deployed.
Indeed, bias isn't static. Society changes, new data streams in, and models need to adapt. This is why governance frameworks and transparency are vital.
Speaking of transparency, it's also about making AI decisions understandable for humans. If a loan is denied, did bias play a role? Companies are investing in explainability tools so folks can audit and challenge decisions.
And that aligns with legal frameworks emerging worldwide. Regulations like GDPR in Europe and the proposed AI Act push for fairness, accountability, and the right to explanation.
But enforcement is tricky. Automated systems can be black boxes. Plus, businesses worry about performance trade-offs. Sometimes the fairest model can be less accurate or more costly.
That's true, and it points to the broader challenge, balancing fairness, accuracy, and business needs. Data science isn't just about algorithms, it's about values.
Absolutely. A recent case in healthcare highlights this. An AI system designed to prioritize patients for extra care ended up disadvantaging Black patients. The model used healthcare costs as a proxy for health needs, but due to unequal access, costs were lower for Black patients even when health needs were higher.
A poignant example. It shows how careful feature selection and domain knowledge are key to detecting hidden biases.
And it underscores why involving diverse teams in AI development matters. Different perspectives can catch blind spots others miss.
So if we summarize, bias in AI is a reflection of human flaws embedded in data, design, and deployment. It requires deliberate effort and multidisciplinary collaboration to identify and mitigate.
And in practice, combating bias means rigorous data audits, fairness-aware design, ongoing monitoring, and transparent communication. It's not a one-time fix, but a continuous journey.
Let's wrap up with a key takeaway. I'd say understanding that bias is both a technical and social challenge is crucial. AI reflects society, so solving bias isn't just an engineering task, it's a collective responsibility.
For me, the key is this. Business leaders must treat bias mitigation as a priority, not a checkbox, because fairness drives trust, and trust drives adoption and long-term success with AI.
Next episode, we'll explore explainable AI, how to make these complex systems more transparent and understandable, enhancing trust even further.
If you're enjoying this, please like or rate us 5 stars in your podcast app. Leave your comments or questions. We might feature them in future episodes. Until tomorrow, stay curious, stay data-driven.